guys. I just started this recording again. So one of my friends gave me this because it didn't work. And of course, you know how people with lots of money are. They just pitch things in the garbage rather than attempting to fix things, especially if they're perfectly fine. So what I've done so far is I started off to make sure that this thing is actually worth fixing. And by the way, look at this. Look, they just cut the cables and everything. It's like, come on, don't be like that. All right, so first of all, we're going to check the voltage on here. Our battery pad's right here. And we can see that it's about, come on. Oh, sorry, millivolts. I need voltage. We can see that this guy's about 10.6, so we know that this is okay. Now, what's happening is if you try to plug this into the charger, it doesn't work. So I went on YouTube, of course, because, you know, use your brain, use Google and the other resources at your disposal. I used YouTube. And I looked up the Noco booster pack and the actual symptom, the red and green light. And there was a video that an Indian kid did. I think he was Indian. It might have been Pakistani, but he was from the East. And he was poking around here, and he said that to check these resistors here. Now, I noticed that because the boards were different, that, you know, they were different resistors, of course. But there's still similar ones here. Now, what he said in the video was that the shunt resistors were no good. So I went on the web and looked this up, and these guys are actually the shunt resistors. And they're supposed to be R100, which is 0.1 ohms. So if we go here and we check this, we can clearly see that is not 0.1 ohms, okay? So that is no good. So now what I can do is I'm just going to try to bypass it with my tweezers here in a horrible way. And I might be able to get this to come on. So let's try this. All right, so there's our verification. So it's now charging, and if I look up here on my display, it's saying that it's pulling 4 amps. So if I pull this off, it collapses and the circuit faults. All right, so we know now that these two are the problem. So now let's pluck them off. And I'm just going to put a piece of wire here to bypass this, because it says that it's rated for 5 watts. So, I mean, realistically, I could dig around and see if I can find a 0.1 ohm 5 watt. Well, I need 10 watts in total for these two, right? Resistor, this shunt set. But where to put my other tip? I need the tip, just the tip. All right, there we go. That should work. I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. All right. Let's get these guys off. And I don't have any of these, by the way. Like, remember, I'm not the one who does the repairs. That's Thomas. So I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of heat. Should be able to get this off. Now, I could go on Amazon and order replacements for these. There we go. I'm trying to keep the heat away from this button. Now, this board has a lot of thermal sink. Might need a little bit more air. There we go. One and two. All right, so we've got these guys off now. So realistically, I'm just going to cheat. This should work. I'm just going to take my soldering iron here. I'm going to grab a resistor. And I am going to be a little bastard. So now these pads are all connected. Let's do what we're not supposed to do until I can find the proper part for this. That should suffice. All right, now that being said, where are my cutters? They were around here on my disgusting mess of a desk. Hold on, I'm gonna go get another set until I find the ones I'm looking for. All right, here we go. I'll just nip this guy off and let us plug in the charger and see what happens now. Ta-da, it works. Wow. Thanks, kid. That was awesome. I will post a link to the original video that I found, um, assuming I can find the video again, as to how to fix this. But yeah, I mean, like, it's basically, it's just the resistors there were popped. Oh, and look, even light comes on. Cool. So it looks like it's working. It's charging. It's actually charging up at 61 watts off this port. Now, something else which I wanted to do was I wanted to get rid of the USB-A port that was on here, and I wanted to actually put a USB-C PD port on it as well. Let me grab one. Let's go over here to my bin, my PD 3.0 bin. And these guys here are the ones that I showed you guys previously that you can buy, and you can change the resistors on them to set them for whatever voltage. This is already set for 12 volts. I should probably set it for 15, really. Because, I mean, like, this is going to take more than 12 volts. It requires 14, really. But we can check the output on that anyway. Because I think it's 12 volts on the nose. So I'm not sure if it'll actually work the way that we want it to. But actually, you know what? I wanted to check. Let's hook up a USB charging cable to it and see what it does. Do I even have one around? I thought I did. I've got a USB pack right here. I literally just had one. I know I did. You know what I just realized? I don't really need to change this anyway because I've got these guys. This is actually rated for 12 volts. So let's try something here. I'm going to grab my PD pack, which is over here. And let's see if my PD pack will actually charge this. So I'm going to plug this into the PD port here. And let's just plug this guy. Oh, I can't. That's right. It's one of these stupid reverse connectors. But what I can do is I can stick this in the hole. And then, how do you like that? I can PD charge it just with one of these PD adapter cables. So I'm not even going to bother modifying it. Instead, I'm actually going to order another 12-volt PD cable, and then I'm just going to put a female end on it, and boom. There we go. So anyway, this guy is fixed. So I'm actually just going to leave it on my bench to charge for a while. I'm going to just hook up this 12-volt connector again. It's pulling 4 amps, which is what it's expecting. And one of the last things I'm going to do, this is kind of cool, by the way, while I've got this Noco open, it's got a resistor bank right here for heating it, which is actually really clever. It's actually got like a built-in heater, so if it gets too cold, it won't damage the lithium iron phosphate pack that's in it. The other thing as well is here's the relay pack here for turning it over. So it's a whole bunch of ganged relays to act as the on and off switch basically for boosting, right? Now, something else which I wanted to show you guys is a neat little hack here. The reason why you can push so much current and not blow your shit up is because it's got a diode pack here, a welder's diode pack, as they say. So welding machines usually use diode bridges like this to protect back current. So yeah, there we go. Kind of neat, eh? So there's really not much to this thing. It's actually got some intelligent design to it. Let's flip it over if we can without arcing and blowing shit up. Oops, I pushed a button. Actually, what's funny is this light is actually controlled from here too. But yeah, here's the battery pack inside of here. There's your relays. There's all of your connectors on here. We've got an in and out, which are actually backwards, kind of. No, I guess they're not really because yeah, that's a male connector right there, and then you got your female to charge it, of course, and then this guy right here, which is a female output. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. So that's all that there is to it. I'm going to probably take these cables and I'm either going to put an Anderson quick connect on this, or else I'm going to actually just buy a jumper cable and resolder it on here to put it back into commission. But either way, it's kind of awesome that that's really all that it needed to bring it back to life. It's just a bad shunt resistor that needed to be replaced, and good, it's not hot. I just bridged it with a piece of wire. All right, so there you go. Why throw stuff out? Oh, and the last thing, this thing had those horrible triangle bits screws, right? You can buy the triangle bit screwdrivers on Amazon. And in fact, I bought a 6-pack, which has all the different sizes. And I think that it cost me a grand total of $18 or something like that. It wasn't much. And I just took them all and I heated the rod until it got really warm. And then I heated up this part. And I just slid them all out so I can use it with my drill. And obviously, I'm not putting triangle bits back in here. I'm going to put Phillips back in here, so stars. But there you go. This thing is now repaired and ready to put back into commission, and it's thanks to that kid on YouTube. And you know what? I've noticed that East Asian kids, or people in general, seem to be the techies. North Americans have seemed to have lost that. So anyway, peace, everybody. I mean, like, peace. Peace to the world. Let's not kill each other, okay? And love one another. And, you know, there's a lot of brilliance out there that can do all sorts of cool shit like this. So, hey, kid, if you watch my video, which is very unlikely, thank you so much. I mean, like, yeah, that's an awesome little trick. Also, FYI, Thomas came down and helped me out with this a little bit. Later, guys.